It is time to finish our Lexer. As I mentioned previously, the functionality for digits is almost the same as the ID and keyword tokens. Go to the switch statement again inside of getToken, and let's add another if right after we call isLetter for parsing IDs. And this looks very similar to working with an identifier. We are assigning the type as digit, and then we call readNumber. ReadNumber should look something like this. This should all be very familiar. The only difference between this and our read ID is that we continue to consume input until we are no longer consuming digits. The helper function you see here, the isDigit function, should look something like this, which is almost identical to the isLetter function, but instead we are just checking for characters between 0 and 9. So that handles digits, and last but not least are the two character tokens that make up the following: the equality check and the not equality check. In order to do this, we will be adjusting our switch statement. Inside the case where we find an equal sign, we are going to write the following. As you can see, we have a new helper method, peekChar, that we are going to use to peek into the input by one character. If we see that the next character is an equal sign, then we know that we have an equality token. We consume the next equal sign, and then we build our token with a type of EQ and a lexeme of double equal sign. peekChar is a simple function. Take a look at readChar and try to implement it yourself. Remember that we actually don't want to consume or change our internal state at all. Here's what peekChar should look like. All we are doing is getting one character ahead without consuming or advancing our Lexer. Now we can do the same thing for not equality. If we go down to our exclamation case and getToken, we can do almost the same thing to parse not equality as we did for equality. We check to see if the next character is an equal sign, and if it is, we return a token of type not equality. Otherwise, it's just a normal exclamation point. If we had more two character tokens, such as the OR operator, which is common, or the AND operator, which is common, this would be worth extracting out into its own method, but because we only have two, we're going to keep this as it is. And that is it. With that, you should have a fully functioning Lexer. I like to play with the console as I go along just to make sure that everything is working as expected. The next thing that is going to come up is parsers. We're actually going to build a parser for our language, and that is coming up. See you there.